morning! Welcome back. Let's get straight into it, shall we? Trying to crack into some work on the 33, but it's about 9 p.m, which is for us, it's about our 12 to 1 p.m. But we have our grandparents up for Christmas, so they're going to be going to bed any minute now. And I've just discovered that this has been running on water, most likely tap water, for the majority of its life. Needless to say, I don't think it had any green coolant left in it. It all was really gross copper brown. We've also got this leak here. So this line here is actually split at the back. I haven't actually test driven this car much. I drove it for 30 seconds before I bought it down in Sydney. I then had it freighted up thanks to Auto Freight Move. Big thank you to Jacob, but this is one of the reasons that the car was freighted instead of me driving it. Side coolant in it and all that kind of stuff, so it just had a hairline split on the back of this line here, which has made an absolute mess under here, and I didn't want to make even more of a mess. So that was one of them. The other one was we've got no pod on the turbo whatsoever, and we also have no water lines on the turbo whatsoever, so there's no water cooling on this turbo. It's running just off oil only. It is a huge Garrett. I have no idea how much boost is running, but it has been like this for quite a while, so I want to change that ASAP and get some cooling back into it. You can see the inlet there is all rusted. I don't like running turbos without water cooling if they're made to run water cooling, which this one definitely is. I also really do not like that this is exposed and open the way it is, so I'm going to try and get a pod or an intake or a filter or something on that ASAP. But first things first, we are on a bit of a time limit. I've got to clean up all the coolant that's now staining down under here and swap out the coolant with some real coolant. Do the oil, and thanks to Just Chat down in also Sydney, got a genuine Nismo oil filter, which is cool. We got a magnetic sump plug, so I can monitor what's going on with the oil. I also don't know the condition of this oil. I know it's slightly dirty, but I also don't know when the service was last done. There's a sticker on the windscreen that says 140,000 Ks. The car now has 145,000 Ks on it. So who knows? I don't know. I do know the previous owner probably didn't drive it too much though, so that's kind of reassuring to know. Alright, so we've got some concentrate here, we've got some demineralized water. The reason all my coolant went bright copper orange is because somebody was running it on tap water, and that's classically what tap water does. If you ran your car on demineralized water, you wouldn't have that problem. That's why it's demineralized. So handy tip for young players out there. If you guys are doing your coolant, please for the love of God, get yourself some demin water. Try not to use tap water unless you absolutely have to, and even then, better to use coolant. Now I'll give you more of a look over this car in the daytime. I know it's black and it's dark, so it's going to be very hard to see anything. But I don't think I showed you the interior earlier today, so this is the interior. Well, yep, the lights are not doing much. Not all the GoPros are, so it's just not good at night time. But yeah, so we got some nice Recaros. I've carpet cleaned all the carpets, front and rear, and the back seats with the GTR back seats, and the Type R Integra Recaros, I'm told, in the front. But still got to wipe down the interior with some protectant, and we've got to do the roof lining because the previous owner looks to be like he was a pretty heavy smoker. But the car itself is really nice, so yeah. I still have not found the 32's keys. You might have heard in the last vlog I said I moved the 32 out of the garage when we put all our house stuff in here, and I can't remember for the life of me where I've put my car keys to start it up to get it back in here. So once I'm done the service on the 33, I have to pull all this down and find my car keys. Otherwise I have a race car that I can't move. Is it running? I got told it has 1650cc injectors, however I'm going to check the part number later tonight, but you can hear it is kind of flooding a little there. Coolant flush, trying to get some clean water through the system, get it warm enough to hopefully open the thermostat before I have to turn it off, because I don't want to keep my grandparents up. I I'm about to go to bed. Yeah, it's a bit of a mystery car. I don't know if it has cams, I don't know if it has internal work. I got told it was built and tuned by Lokisx down in Sydney. It's interesting though. I don't think, if this is a Lokisx car, it must have been a Lokisx car from quite a long time ago. I really wanted to get, oh no, don't stall, don't stall. I really did want to do a comp test on this, but I work over night time and we have guest service, so I can't do much at the moment until probably tomorrow. So what we will do is we'll still do the plugs tonight, do the coolant flush, do an oil change, and some other little things. We do have a Nismo style front lip. I bought it from Just Chat. It looks really, really cool. I don't usually film with the GoPro, and it's on fisheye. It's got such a wider lens than my usual camera. But yeah, it's a really nice lip. I think it'll look pretty cool. Then the M-Spec one that's currently on the car is a little damaged, but it is KH3 black and does look really nice. So it all depends on if I can fit that lip painted on this car with those wheels. We'll be going from, I think 18 by 10.5 plus 22, 28 maybe, whatever the factory 350Z double rear wheels are. They're not staggered. Yeah, and then we're going down to 17 by 9.5 plus 22 roughly. So wait, I can turn the tails on. I have to fix the headlights and everything as well, but we've got some random lights working. We have a parker and a high beam, and then we have a low beam and no parker. It's a little sus. Alright, it should be warm enough. Let's drain it. That's not even the worst time. That's like the second or the third flush. Damn. Well, this coolant system is looking real bad. That's gross. That's a lot of corrosion. I think the froth is predominantly just because I have air in the mixture and it's getting the water and the corrosion out. It doesn't look like head gasket, like milky, just bubbles. But look how dirty that is. Still, poor car. I haven't seen green in a long time. This is exactly why I was trying to flush the system. I might have to drop it and do it again. There's so much in there. On the outside is immaculate. The engine bay wasn't too bad until the water leak, which I've now fixed. But you can never tell with cars, hey? They might look nice, but it doesn't mean that they're healthy. And it doesn't mean that they have working headlights. Alright, cool. Majority of the bubbles are now gone. It's just gross in there. Jesus. We'll get you nice and clean again. flush. Might have to actually buy a proper radiator flush for this. I didn't expect it to be this bad. It's the second or the third flush later, and it is still filthy. What I am going to do is pull the radiator out, flush the radiator. But it's kind of pointless putting coolant in at the moment because it'll just ruin the coolant straight off the bat. And the system is really dirty. I'm kind of dreading how corroded this is going to be. I think it has been running on tap water for the last 20 years. Yeah, it's probably one of the worst I've seen in a long time for corrosion. Yotch, it's probably going to be a 9 or an 8, just to troll me. Or are we lucky? Maybe. Was it a 10? Can't tell, just can't see. Oh, it's a 10! Amazeballs. Oh, this is going to be so scary. Oh, it's one of the old school clamps too. I don't like these clamps. These are like two wires that are pulled together. And a lot of the time, especially the silicon lines, they cut into the lines and they split your lines. So I think we'll replace that while we're doing this. I still haven't really driven this car yet. It'd be interesting to know. I know it's pretty laggy down low, and it has cold start, rough cold start, which might be due to running rich, or it could be part of the tune. But either way, there's a whole bunch of stuff we need to troubleshoot and fix on this one. Progress update, I still have not found the keys. Oh, it sounds crusty. Ugh. Ugh, it feels like sand. Ugh. Poor car. Come off silicon. I'm going to have to get out of the car to get this one. I'll be right back. Car's too low. The radiator doesn't look too old, which tells me this poor thing is probably just sat for a long time with water in it. At least it'll be easy to get to cleaning the bottom of this now. I'm cleaning all under here once the radiator's out. There we go. Alright, clamp is over the thing. Now we need to pry this off the radiator. Can you please get off? There we go. This is that clamp was being a pain. Okay. Sweet. Alright, now we pull these guys off. Actually need to pull them off, just loosen them up enough to get the things up to twist off. There we go. Alright. Let's go. What are you stuffing? Alright, before we check out that radiator and flush it out, let's have a quick look at everything down here. It still has aircon, by the way, which is pretty rad, but my clutch pack is not doing great. There should be a bit more resistance to that than that. So I have ordered a new fan clutch pack, which is this guy, which adds like the resistance to be able to kind of for that to spin and, you know, get the whirlies up. But I ordered it from a company that didn't have the certain one I needed in stock. I think it was a ProTech. So what they've done is they've back ordered me a Daco, but I don't know when that's going to get here. However, the GK Tech fan, the upgraded fan, it's just in the box over there, that arrived earlier today. So we can upgrade the airflow, but I've just got to wait for that clutch pack. And I know I said don't put tap water in your car, but in this instance, flushing the car, it's not that harmful because you're getting it out really quick and you're trying to flush all the other decontaminants out. And then I'll put in coolant and demin water and go from there. Otherwise you'd waste a good couple of $100 in coolant just to try and get this clean again. It's so dirty. See all this stuff down here? That was when that one tiny little line has caused the biggest mess up here. Alright, what are we looking like? Not too bad. What's the bottom looking like? Not too bad. Alright, I didn't want to do this on an RV. It'll be a thermostat out and full flush job, and then we'll do it 100% proper. Now, let's check out this radiator. See, it doesn't look too old. It looks pretty new. Still got some shine to it. There's no bent fins. That is just filth. Alright, let's flush this out. Okay, blah. Hopefully you guys don't get splashed. Oh, I'm gonna get wet. I'm gonna get drenched. No, no. It's looking a bit better. It was all kinds of messy, but at least it's cleaner. And there goes my socks. Oh, god damn it. Why are you still dirty? I don't know how clean we're gonna get this. Probably not that clean. I think one more time. If it's any dirtier, we're getting a new radiator. But that's a bit overkill. We have a clean radiator. From Just Chap in Sydney. And perfect. Let's check out what it looks like. Nice. Very pretty. Well, we got Spitfire coil packs that are now out. They don't look too bad, actually. They're a little dirty, but the harness is pretty good as well. Nothing's too crunchy. And down here it looks like someone's spilled a bit of oil, like usual. And it's a bit gross, especially 4 and 5. So I'm going to try and clean this out before I remove the spark plug, so that way none of that gets down into the cylinders. And then we'll change the plugs. Look at this turbo. It is massive. This is my phone. It's the width of an S23 with a case. I think I have a Blitz stainless pod floating around somewhere that might go on that, so anything to kind of get that covered. I really don't like that open, and this is kind of a bit, I wouldn't have put a catch can here. This is prime pod space, now gone. It's too shallow to really get away with putting just like a standard 3-inch pod in now, so it might be a case of making it fit or getting rid of that. Do you have a fuel pressure read? It's strange though, someone's gone to all this effort and there's no gauges in the car at all. There's no wideband, there's no water temp, no oil pressure. no oil temp, nothing. Packed up for the night. It's, what is the time? 1 o'clock. So it's nice and early, but yeah, a lot of the majority of things that we need to do is noise-based, so we have to wait till tomorrow. But shed is all ready to go for the 32. When I find the keys, I'm still looking. Don't know if I should keep looking now or wait till tomorrow and just keep looking then. I had a really good look today for a few hours, but I don't know. It might be in all the stuff over here. Corey's back over visiting, and Ben has set up his computer desk in the garage now. We've got to finish off building these mezzanines, 1 and 2, the other. So what's the
damage? What's
the conclusion? Yeah, the damage.
It was pretty good. Only about $300.
$300 to do the flooring.
Yeah, because I should only need 3 sheets. Yeah. Well, at least he's driving.
This game sucks. You can't configure the damn controls properly. Up gear, down gear. How dumb is that when the accelerator and brake are there? Clutch.
Oh, you just button mash and...
Oh, it's just terrible.
Crash.
Yeah.
Button crash.
Jesus.
No, don't show them all that.
Yeah, we gotta go through that. That's... Remember that part where I told you that you and Corey are fired from ever stacking or doing logistics? Might actually be able to get the little RC cars out and play with them soon. Hey Benjamin, we can set up an RC track on the concrete now.
Oh, yeah,
at the front door.
Up top there in my mezzanine with my legs dangling.
Are you gonna yeet your car off the mezzanine, are you?
No, I'll sit up with my legs dangling.
Alright, well, anyway, I just want to show you guys where we're at with that stuff. I am still trying to find these keys, so I'll update you in the next vlog if we find the 32's keys or not and where we found them, if we find them. Otherwise, we'll still be looking. Catch you guys then. Bye!